So last week I posted this tweet where I shared some data on our whales and their transactions. And the feedback I got on this tweet was very positive. A lot of people saying that this data was very insightful and helpful, and a lot of people asking if I could show data, or if I had the data for more wallets, like the top 50 or top 100. So in this video, I wanted to share this data with you. I went and pulled the data for the top 100 wallets on Veve and looked at their past transactions for the months of April. So without further ado, let me show you the data. And I will share the link to this table in the description of the video, so you can go and explore it. And basically what we see here is these are the wallets. This is the size of their collection. And then here you have the number of sales they did in the month of April. And here in this column we have the number of purchases they did in the month of April. And the first wallet is the Veve wallet. And it's curious because they did have some transactions on their wallets, apparently, in the month of April. And I've been looking a bit at the data to find out what kind of transactions they did from their wallet. And my theory is that on one side, these are the airdrops, which I believe they are minted in their wallet and then transferred to the user wallets. Like, for example, the Matt Gondek airdrop. And other transfers might just be kind of maybe some tests they are doing for the promotional codes or something, because basically they are not trading on the secondary market because we know that they keep the top mint numbers, and we would notice if one of these mint numbers would be available on the market. So yeah, I think these are just like, let's say, internal transfers or direct transfers, and these are not sales or purchases made in the secondary market. Then the second wallet, which in my tweet I labeled it the whale number 1. A very interesting comment by Mr. Tradevester was that he looked at this account specifically, and he saw that actually all the tokens are consecutive numbers. And what that means is, we can look at it. So this would be this address. So it's not only that the token numbers are all consecutive numbers, but they are also all mints. So these are not purchases in the secondary market or any transactions in the secondary market, but they are all direct mints, so from drop days. So his suggestion was that this is the burn account. So this is where all the burned Captain Americas went, for example. And this makes sense. So I labeled this account Veve Burn Wallet. And then we have all the rest of accounts. There might be also some accounts in the top 100 which correspond to some of the IP licensors, such as Marvel, because we know that they also get some of the collectibles from each drop. So there might be a couple inside of this list of 100 wallets that are their wallets. Okay, with this out of the way, let's look at the data, because the interesting part is to know, okay, our top 100 collectors on the app, are they bearish or are they bullish? Like, do they still purchase collectibles, or are they trying to get rid and sell everything to cash out? And as we already saw in the tweet with the, let's say, 2 whales with the most collectibles, they purchased way more than they sold. Now you may think, okay, the whale number 2 in this case, here we have purchases of 90, but in the chart I shared, it was the items purchased was 444. This is because here we also included the last week of March, and in this table I only took data from April. Well, he did a lot more purchasing in March than he did on April, it looks like, but he still did a lot more purchases in April than he did actually sales. So basically, to just get a really quick overview, if people bought more than they sold. In this column, what I did is just calculating the total number of purchases minus the total number of sales to see if, like, the net balance, trade balance. So if the purchases were higher than the sales, then it's green, and if the wallet sold more items than it bought, then it is in red and negative. And just if we go and scroll down, we see that most of the columns are green, meaning that most of these 100 wallets, they purchased way more than they sold. So all in all, we can conclude that the sentiment of these top collectors is still bullish, because if they had lost faith in the project, then obviously they wouldn't keep buying, but they would keep selling their stuff to have everything in gems and then cash out when we get MTL. But we see that that's not the case, and I think this gives a lot of confidence. Yeah, so this is everything I wanted to share. As I said, I will share the link in the video description below. Here you have the raw data by date, so you can filter by a specific wallet and then look at when did they buy and when did they sell. If you see this kind of wallets without a date, that's because there weren't any sales or purchases in April, but I wanted to include those wallets if they are in the top 100 wallets. Yeah, that's it. If you have any question, leave them down in the video description below. So maybe I will do an update of this maybe not every week, but at least every month. And like that, we can follow the sentiment of our top collectors. So if you don't want to miss that, then feel free to subscribe to my channel. And yeah, that's all for me for today. Thanks for watching. Have a nice rest of your day and see you. Bye.